What if I told you that you could buy back 5 hours of your week for just $5? Sounds kind of crazy, right? Well, in this explainer, we're going to break down a really simple rule that could do exactly that.
So let's just kick things off with a hard truth. I mean, does this hit a little too close to home? Spending almost an hour of your life, your one life, just to save less than the cost of a coffee? This is the exact distraction we're going to tackle today. And this really gets to the heart of the problem. It's not about that one big, catastrophic financial mess up. No, it's the death by 1,000 cuts, these tiny, time-wasting choices that just slowly drain our most valuable asset. So let's dive in and unpack this hidden trap that honestly so many of us fall into without even noticing it's happening. Okay, be honest. Do any of these sound familiar? Driving 20 minutes out of your way just to save 5 cents a gallon on gas. Or, waiting in some massive line for an hour to get a $10 discount. These are what we call time leaks, and they absolutely sabotage our schedules. And this quote just nails it, doesn't it? We put all these guards and passwords on our bank accounts, but we leave the front door of our day wide open for our time to just walk right out. We are protecting the wrong currency.
But what if there was a simple way to plug those leaks? Well, that brings us to the solution, and it's called the $5 rule.
All right, here it is. The rule is incredibly simple. If a $5 payment can get rid of a hassle, save you a chunk of time, or just lower your stress levels, you just do it. Instantly. No agonizing over it, no feeling guilty later. Let's look at how this plays out in the real world. Instead of circling a parking lot for 10 minutes trying to find a free spot, you pay the $2 to park right by the door. You buy the pre-chopped onions and instantly get 15 minutes of your life back. That is the rule in action. And this right here, this is the fundamental shift in your thinking. You're no longer trying to be the person who pinches every single penny. You're becoming the person who fiercely protects their time and their energy for the things that actually move the needle. But why is this so hard? I mean, why are we wired to obsess over these tiny amounts of money? Let's get into the psychology behind it. You see, a lot of us operate from what's called a scarcity mindset. It's basically a survival instinct. Our brains are hardwired for something called loss aversion, which means the pain of losing $5 feels way more real than the kind of abstract idea of gaining 30 minutes. An abundance mindset isn't about being wasteful. It's about being intentional. It's about valuing your time and focusing on being effective, not just being a saver. And think about this. Every single one of those tiny decisions, which brand of soap is 2 cents cheaper, should I drive to the other grocery store, it all comes with a hidden cost. It's a mental bandwidth tax. It just wears you down, leaving you with way less focus for the big stuff. And that's the real danger. After a whole day of micromanaging pennies, your brain is just fried. And that's when you make the really expensive mistakes, because you used up all your good decision-making energy on things that just didn't matter. So, we've identified the problem, we've introduced the rule. Now for the fun part. Let's do the math on how you actually get those 5 hours back in your week. It sounds like a lot, doesn't it? 5 whole hours reclaimed just by following one simple rule. So, where does that time really come from? Well, it comes in these little pockets. Look at this. You save an hour and a half just by refusing to go down that rabbit hole of researching the absolute best deal on a new blender. You gain another 2 hours by simply not driving to 3 different stores just to save a few bucks. It adds up, and it adds up way faster than you think. And there you have it. Just by making a few small strategic choices to pay for a little convenience, you can easily get back 5 or even more hours every single week. I mean, what could you do with that time? And this slide really highlights the ultimate goal here. The change isn't just about your calendar, it's about your identity. You stop being the stressed out optimizer who's drowning in details, and you become the calm strategist who protects their hours like a fortress. Okay, so are you ready to actually put this into practice? Let's make this real with a super simple challenge. But first, let's lay down a few ground rules so we do this right. Now, this is really important. The $5 rule is not an excuse for reckless spending. It's all about being intentional. This little table gives you a great framework. For anything under $5 that saves you time, it's an immediate decision. For bigger purchases, you build in a pause. This is what keeps you strategic, not impulsive. So here is your mission should you choose to accept it. For 1 week,
just 7 days, live by this rule. Pay attention to every single time you choose to save time instead of a tiny bit of money. You can even just jot it down in a notebook. You might be absolutely shocked at the result.
And this is the question I really want to leave you with. An extra 5 hours isn't for more scrolling or more errands. It's for building something. Building your side hustle, building your health, building your relationships. What would you build? So if you're going to try this for the next 7 days, I want you to make a commitment. Drop a comment below that just says 5 hours. Let's see who's ready to really reclaim their time.
And hey, if you want more strategies just like this to help you win back your time and get smarter with your money, make sure you like this explainer and subscribe for more. And if you know somebody who could really use an extra 5 hours, go ahead and share this with them. Thanks so much for watching.